Hello again, everybody. This is Amergan, and you're very welcome back to another episode of Star Trek Fleet Command. So, guys, the darkness is coming, and it's coming in more ways than one, and we're going to take a look at what that means for us here on the Founders server. So first things first here, guys, is this new faction piece of space. People are getting excited about it. Other content creators have done a few videos on this, so go and check out some of those guys and see what they're saying. The speculation is out there and it's rife. I have two observations on this I'd like to make, and that's around how this faction space looks like it's behaving here. It's shimmering and shining, and it looks like something's going on that's not happening in these other sections of faction space. We look at the borders of these, and they're all very clear-cut borders, whereas this thing's shimmering and shining, which makes me wonder, are we looking at an expansion of this? There's no systems inside, which is the other observation. So is it going to expand out into these other sections when the next update happens, or at some point in the future? Or is something going to appear inside this piece of neutral space or new faction space? Now it looks like these are the augments with Khan's crew, so he's taken over this section of space by the looks of things, and what's going to happen inside it. I've made a suggestion, other people might have seen it on different forums where I've talked about could there be an event created where a wormhole appears and some sort of activity happens inside that. So could we be looking here at a wormhole appearing inside this section of space, a rift of some kind, and something happening temporarily where we could go inside and take part in an event? It would be very welcome, guys, in the sense that it would give some of our people an opportunity on our server, and for you guys that are playing on servers that are not doing very well, that need new blood injected into it, people that were getting bored with the content, bored with what's there, trying to create their own content, and dramas and all sorts of carry on happening on people's servers. New content there potentially inside that would go a long way to alleviating the boredom and renewing interest for people in this game. So guys, we mentioned the growing darkness at the start, not just in terms of an event, but also the growing darkness that exists within the Founders server. Now, we'll come to Panic's announcement on some of the changes in the next update in a wee moment, but I want to look at the growing darkness within the Founders server, talk about that boredom that I mentioned a little moment ago, and talk about what this means for the Founders server and other servers like this, guys, that are in bad need of an injection of new blood, a bad need of new content, people getting bored, and yeah, servers that are starting to die because we can't change servers and there's been no merges and things like that. So it's a fingers crossed situation that they'll start to merge servers or do something in terms of content and livening up the servers that have become stagnant like ours. And one of the things that has happened, guys, anybody that's been following my video so far knows that the growing darkness that I've been talking about on the Founder server is an alliance called the Sith. There's been various wars between alliances, but the Sith have been out constantly attacking variety of alliances, particularly Hum, and in response to that now, and in the absence of any relevant content or any real content, this alliance called the Jedi have appeared. Now, largely made up, guys, of former Hum, and we'll get over the Star Wars reference here for a moment, the Sith versus the Jedi and all of that, but these guys have formed this alliance, a pretty powerful set of lads that are, and lassies maybe, that are going to go out and tackle the growing threat on our server, the growing darkness on the Founders server from the Sith. So fair play to those guys for going out and creating their own fun when a game has become stagnant, but it has happened, guys, at the expense of Hum. We're still a bit of a force to be reckoned with, but you can see there that we're down to 51 members, and we can see here that Missy has taken over leadership of Hum. No small task for Missy. but full confidence in Missy's ability to navigate all of the hurdles that come with leadership of what is the oldest alliance in the game. So fair play to Missy, we wish her the best there on that. And despite the losses that we've experienced there, we're still doing all right in the Alliance event. We're ranked second there. So Missy's at the helm, and we look forward to where that takes us. So guys, just for a wee break before we look at the panic announcement, I want to show off my Bortus. I've sent it down to this system here to do a little bit of farming for my dailies. I want to get these 25 level 27s. So going to do a wee bit of farming on that. I'll show you guys what I get out of it now in a wee minute. And farming on level 27s, level 26s, a few 28s maybe, and we look to see how this Bortus performs against the equivalent level to myself, but quite weaker ships by comparison to this Bortus. And I've been working on it a little bit, and it needs a little bit of experience points, so this will all help, and I'll be back in a moment to deal with Panic's announcement. So guys, we're almost done with this little bit of farming on the Bortus. One of the nice additions that's come in there recently, you can see the icons beside the ships. You can see what's a mining ship, what's an explorer, what's a battleship, and all of that. If we zoom in a little bit, it'll tell me the name of my ship beside it and all of that kind of stuff. So very welcome in terms of quality of life additions to this game, guys. One of the other wee things there, again, a quality of life addition, is this Peace Shield link. A direct link to your Peace Shield is quite nice. I have a help thing coming up there for a while for me, so still clearly wee bugs needing to be sorted out there. Not really affecting quality of life, but still not nice to see when there's these good additions coming in and these silly little bugs are still happening. But let's hope they can iron that kind of stuff out very, very shortly. Now, I'm going to open these couple of chests and send this ship home as soon as I finish this daily. And we'll see what we get in it. If I can find another level 28 or 27 knocking about. Oh, maybe I'm completed. 1 second. That's it, done. We send this ship home. He's carrying 10,000 in the cargo hold. Probably about 9,000 of that is titanium. So in terms of that as a farming exercise, we'll take a look and see if the rewards from the cargo hold will pay for the repairs. So open these couple of chests as well. So tier 3 ships there, Vaclus and Kera, blueprints, a couple of recruit tokens and ship parts. So you could sit there farming for quite a while on that, and significantly weaker ships than the Bortus, well fit to do it. I may come down someday into Kumari and test that simply for repair costs on it and see what happens with Harrison on the bridge and things like that. So it's nearly home. We'll take a look at the repair costs then. and we'll very shortly go in and deal with Panic's announcement. $25. Let's find it. And again we can see battleships around, a mining ship there, tells me it's an envoy, very nice. And earlier today guys, I've gone for Ops 28, so another 6 days, 11 hours on that to hit Ops 28. Okay, so about 9,000 titanium I had in the hold of that Bortus, and it's going to cost me 12,000 to repair, so the Kumari probably a better option there for farming and repair costs. And most of them I'd expect to be single hit victories. Three hits, sorry, single round. And there we have it. So guys, we have some changes coming. Couple of days to wait, and we're going to deal with some of those now in a wee second and take a look at what we're talking about. So some people are suggesting this is good for miners and people pirates, people that are attacking and stuff like that there. So we'll take a wee look at that and see what that actually means. The first thing there we're looking at is officers. Now I'm going to recruit one here just before we take a look at specific officers. I'm going to take a look at Kabish, Domitia and Helvia. The three miners that are non-G3, but the same rules apply to all. So there's Kabish. Kabish is upgraded somewhat for me. He's Lieutenant Commander, so his titanium rate at the minute is 35% greater. Beside him is Domitia, who is a Lieutenant Commander also, but she's sitting on a 20% mining rate at the moment. And then we're looking at Helvia, again Lieutenant Commander, 20% mining rate. So I need to level her up a little bit presumably, and level up Domitia a little bit presumably, to put them on a par with Kabish in terms of their mining rates for their respective resource. Now, what they're actually saying, we'll go back into Kabish just for this, and what they're actually saying is where it's a 20% base, and as they go up through that, as it stands, it's 20 to 50% bonus. So that's changing now to a 40 to 100% bonus. So I would expect that to be up around a 50% mining bonus, maybe more, whenever this update comes in. And the two girls there that are sitting on a 20% bonus currently, before I upgrade them any further, that should jump to a 40% bonus. So that might actually make mining for those sort of resources possible for somebody like me. I'll wait and reserve judgment on it until I test it out. Currently the only resource I really mine is titanium, because I'm in such bad need of it. With Kabish giving that 35% bonus, with the Envoy getting the bonus, with his bonus going to jump a little bit now, we'll see how that works out. Power steel and dilithium I don't really bother with, but we'll see what way that is when combined with their respective ships for those resources, and just check out how quickly we can accrue those resources. I don't know if anything's going to change for power steel and dilithium mining for me. I would have preferred to see a bigger effort into the nodes being faster in higher systems the way it used to be, but we'll wait and see. We'll reserve judgment on that. So here's the three G3 miners. There's Ston first. So Ston's Lieutenant Junior Grade 2, 10 out of 10 level, and he's sitting on a 35% bonus for mining ore. Now we go to T'Pring. So she's gas dedicated. She's Lieutenant Junior Grade 2. she's sitting on a 20% bonus, and she's 10 out of 10 level as well. So there seems to be a little bit of an inconsistency with some of these officers. He's Lieutenant Junior grade 10 out of 10, but he's got a 35% bonus in his OR. So we'll see what way that works out whenever the update comes in. Now Bharat here is the other one for Crystal. Lieutenant Junior grade, also level 10 out of 10, and only a 20% mining bonus. So he's sitting on his base rate, bonus rate. These guys are going to double up to 40% base rate. And that can go now, instead of up to 50%, the same as the other three guys. These three will go from a 40% to a 100% bonus, depending on how much you upgrade them. So the upgrades doesn't seem to be taking effect too much with the officers. Still issues with the officers need to be fixed, but let's see if this update will do that. So I'll jump actually back in here. Keenser's another officer that's being messed about with, so he'll no longer be lower decks in his title. Let's find him here. There he is. Okay. So I don't have Keenser there, obviously, and emergency repairs and fine tuning are his two abilities. So this lower decks is going to change to auxiliary controls. Emergency repairs, names of those two are going to remain the same, but what they're telling us is going to be the case with him is that for defending the station, he's going to get a different ability. So as long as there's a ship in the station, its hull health will be increased by 20%, and depending on synergy bonus goes up to 50%. So that looks like it'll be better than what he's currently sitting on there in terms of restoring 8% of the hull health, although that's still quite a nice ability, but okay. And then fine tuning, currently doing impulse speed 7%, and what they're talking here is that it'll increase the shield health by 20%. So as long as the ship's in the station, his shield health will be increased by 20%, and goes up to 40% when he's at rank 5. So that'll certainly be a nice ability when defending the station. So we'd expect to see Keenser becoming available soon in some form of event. So we take a look at ships here now as well, guys, just very quickly. This one's almost repaired, so we're just going to speed it up for this purpose. First we look at the ECS Fortunate first up. So let's change this. And my ECS Fortunate is maxed out, so we're looking at the max capacity on this ship. So right now for power steel, it's sitting at its maximum of 40%. That is now going to go up to 100%. And of course your new Fortunate, your base Fortunate would be at 15%. That's not going to change. So I expect that bonus of mine to go up to 100%. Combined with the Power Steel Officer, let's see how that does in terms of attracting me to mine some Power Steel. Very, very rare I would do that. So we look at the Envoy next, guys. I'm going to put in a weak Envoy, a lower level Envoy. So his Tritanium mining laser sitting at 15%, right? After the update, that's going to remain at 15%, but as I upgrade him, it can go up to a maximum of 150%. So just to illustrate that, I'll jump to this ship that's out mining. It's a maxed out Envoy. Just take him off that mine for a wee second and have a wee nosy inside. So his Tritanium mining laser is at a current rate of 115%. That's going to go up to 150% on a maxed out Envoy. So that's the way that's going to look. We'll put him back where he belongs, and now we'll change this to the ECS Horizon. And the dilithium mining laser is at 34% for me. The base rate would be 15% there also. The max that can go up to is 60%. So I'm just I'm around halfway up the the grades there to get it maxed out, we'll say. So at 34%, I expect that to be now after the update at around 50% as well, 60%. Now, what they're saying here though for dilithium mining, instead of it being a 60% bonus when maxed out, it'll be a 200% bonus when maxed out. So will that attract me to mine dilithium? I don't use this ship for mining dilithium. There are other ways to get dilithium. For example, when you look at your combat training missions, 1.8 million dilithium there. Why would I mine dilithium when I just need to go and finish that for nearly 2 million dilithium? So there's no real incentive for me to mine dilithium. I would rather see that 200% go into the titanium mining, but let's see how it works out. So automatic peace shield is one other thing there, guys, that they're talking about, in the sense that up until now you get hit if you're lucky enough to get your 5-minute warning, the warning on your mobile or tablet to let you know that your base has been hit and you've got 5 minutes of a shield to get online and defend. It would have been 8 hours then normally before that could happen again after the initial set of attacks. And in 8 hours, anybody who wants to come and take resources out of your base, they can, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now that's gone down to 2 hours. Some of these more active alliances, anybody who's watched my high level base raiding and things like that can see, even with phenomenal resources, 2 hours you're going to drain a base when everybody's getting stuck into it. So I don't even know if 2 hours is going to be worthwhile, but certainly if you're getting random attacks every so often and you're in the middle of a war situation, 2 hours where you get that notification and a 5-minute shield is certainly more welcome than every 8 hours. So again, let's see how that works out, but it doesn't sound to me like it's going to be something that's particularly useful. But listen, I'll be glad to be proven wrong on any part of that. So the final thing, guys, there that I'm just gonna take a quick look at there, like there's been a mention there just about the impact of the different protected resources in your station. So that's improving. That's very welcome. For the lower levels, it will certainly allow you, if you've accrued a lot of resources, it will certainly allow you to get those next upgrades out of your station. But when you get up to this kind of level, guys, those rates of protection at 100,000, 200,000, this kind of stuff, it's still useless to you, because you want to be up in the millions for some of these upgrades. For example, this Ops 28 that I was going for, that was 10.5 million power steel. So even at, you know, something like 400,000 at level 20, you get up to level 30 there, it's 2 million, that's alright. Level 24 is 800,000, but when you're talking about 10 million plus at my level, a couple of 100,000 of an improvement still isn't great. But listen, it's better than what it was. And in just on the research here, if I can go into it, I don't know if I can. Let me see. There we go. Now, one of the things I've mentioned here is it in this one? It could be in this one. Hold on. Yeah, defense technology here and unlock vaults. It looks like they're going to be switched around basically, so that you get to unlock the vaults before you do the defense technology. So when you get up to this stage of prime protection max and power steel safeguarding, and you get past that, you'll be hitting unlock vaults first, which will allow these greater capacities to protect your resources. So let's look at that, guys. We might have a wee video coming out just when it's all out, just to confirm all of that, see if everything's working. Check out some of the other guys' videos that have done a wee bit of speculation around this coming darkness event and the effects of some of these changes that are expected on the 16th, I believe it is. So just to leave you guys, do a little bit of refining. I'm going to do max bunches here, or double bunches just before I go. Some of you guys are addicted to these refining packages, so I'll do this in real time and not speed it up like the other stuff. And until the next time, guys, everybody take care of themselves, look out for each other, as always, if you like this stuff, guys, don't forget to subscribe and like the video and leave a comment if there's any thoughts you've got, and I'll reply if I have time. And I want to thank everybody again for all the support and interactions. It's all very welcome. And just a wee bit of news in the sense that Scopely have reached out to the content creators, and we're expecting to have some conversations within the week in terms of where we go with content creators for this game. So I'd be hoping that Scopely have something on offer that's useful to guys like me who are trying to showcase elements of this game. So there you have it, guys. That's the end of another one. Again, like it if you like it and all of that kind of stuff, and I will catch all of you guys again very, very shortly. Until then, appreciate it all. Cheers.